High above the jungle-covered mountains of Laos, on a razor-sharp limestone peak nearly impossible to climb, stood one of America's most secret installations of the Vietnam War, Lima Site 85. Officially, it did not exist. No maps marked its location. No public records acknowledged the men stationed there. Yet hidden behind layers of classified operations, the mountaintop controlled the fate of bombing missions deep over North Vietnam. At the heart of the installation was a highly sophisticated TSQ-81 radar navigation system, operated by a small team of U.S. Air Force technicians. Among them was Richard L. Etchberger, a quiet but highly skilled radar specialist whose calm precision guided American aircraft through darkness, storms, and enemy territory. The mission was brutally dangerous. Using the TSQ-81 system, the team directed fighter jets and bombers toward targets hundreds of miles away with remarkable accuracy. During poor weather, when pilots could not even see the ground, the radar operators talked them onto targets almost blindly using electronic coordinates. The site became so effective that North Vietnam viewed the isolated mountaintop as a direct threat to its war effort. And then came the hunt. For months, enemy forces searched for the mysterious radar station hidden in the mountains. Artillery bombardments intensified. Recon patrols moved through the jungle below. The Americans knew they were running out of time. The mountain itself seemed cursed, surrounded by steep cliffs, thick fog, and endless silence broken only by radio chatter and the distant roar of jet engines. Then, shortly before dawn on March 11, 1968, the impossible happened. Under the cover of darkness, North Vietnamese commandos scaled the near-vertical cliffs using ropes, bamboo ladders, and sheer determination. The defenders never believed anyone could climb the mountain face alive. But suddenly, explosions ripped through the sleeping camp. Mortars slammed into radar equipment. AK-47 fire tore across the ridge. The secret base erupted into chaos. Men stumbled from bunkers into smoke and darkness. Communications crackled with frantic radio calls. The radar arrays, the very eyes of the operation, were being destroyed piece by piece. Etchberger, though not trained as a frontline combat soldier, immediately grabbed an M16 rifle and joined the desperate defense. As commandos closed in through the fog, he moved across exposed ground under gunfire to rescue wounded airmen. The enemy was now inside the perimeter. Then came the rescue helicopters. Hovering above the jagged mountaintop in near-zero visibility, Air America helicopters attempted one of the most dangerous extractions of the war. Rotor blades cut through smoke while tracers streaked upward from enemy guns. Pilots struggled to maintain position over the narrow ridge as survivors were hauled upward one at a time using jungle penetrators and rescue slings. Etchberger refused to leave. Despite suffering multiple wounds, he continued carrying injured men to the extraction point, shielding them from enemy fire. Witnesses later described him calmly directing survivors while bullets snapped around him in the darkness. Again and again, he exposed himself to save others. Finally, as the last helicopter began lifting away from the doomed mountain, Etchberger climbed aboard after ensuring the others were safe. But within seconds, enemy fire tore into the aircraft. A bullet struck him fatally. Behind the departing helicopter, Lima Site 85 burned in flames atop the mountain. For years, the battle remained buried beneath layers of Cold War secrecy. Families knew little. Official reports were vague. The public never heard the full story of the hidden radar station, the impossible mountain assault, or the man who sacrificed himself to save his comrades. Decades later, the classified details finally emerged. The truth revealed not just a battle, but a chilling story of secret warfare, advanced military technology, and extraordinary courage under impossible odds. Richard L. Etchberger was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, transforming a once-hidden airman into one of the most remarkable unsung heroes of the Vietnam War.